Joining us now, Stuart Varney, host of Varney & Company on the Fox Business Network, weekdays at 9:20. Stuart Varney, there's so much to talk to you about. The market's getting pummeled. The IRS scandal continues to heat up, and the mortgage rates. But I got to start with this. It's been revealed that Mick Jagger might have been a huge fan of Lady Thatcher. Have you seen this, and are you surprised?
I am surprised. I have seen it, and I think you know my history. Mick Jagger and I shared a tutor at the London School of Economics a long, long time ago.
Is that right?
Yeah. In the British university system, you have a tutor. That's a senior lecturer or professor. You meet with them once a month on a one-on-one basis. I had the same guy as Mick Jagger. Now, he was 5 years before me, but we had the same guy.
Well,
I've got a connection, baby.
If Mick Jagger and Stuart Varney were tutored by the same economics professor, that first of all, that explains he is a great businessman. You can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
And maybe that so it all comes together now.
No, I think the connection ends. It ends at ballet, okay?
All right. Well, let's move to mortgage rates. We saw them creep up.
Hold it. Can he move? Can you
move like Jagger?
Can you move like Jagger?
That's the joy of radio, isn't it? You can't see me.
You could be swiveling your hips for all we know right now. We'd like to think so, at least. Let's talk about mortgage rates real fast. We saw them creep up a little bit last week, and you think there may be some more movement today?
Yes, I think you're going to hit 4% today. Every Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern, Freddie Mac puts out its latest average 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. That's the classic fundamental mortgage, and today I'm pretty sure it's going to hit 4%, which is a real landmark. And I'm told that this rise in mortgage rates has had an effect on lending. There is less mortgage lending out there than there used to be because the days of the super cheap 3.25%, 3.4% mortgage look like they're gone.
All right, I want to talk about the Dow. Look, I know we've done well so far this year, but it fell below 15,000 yesterday to, 14,995. And then overnight, the Nikkei got creamed.
Yep.
And so the question I have for you is, are we headed into a bear market?
No, I don't think so.
Really?
Look, we've had a fantastic 6 months in 2013.
Yes, we have.
We went straight up. All-time record highs at the end of May. You can expect a bit of a pullback, and the pullback there will be. But 10, 15% down, look, I'm not a stock market forecaster, but I think that's a little unlikely. And by the way, when we open up this morning, the Dow will be down, maybe 30 or 40 points. That's it. Nothing like the real sharp decline that we saw in Tokyo overnight.
No, well, that's reassuring because a lot of people have been worried.
All it would take would be one Fed governor to come out and say, no, we're not ready to quit printing so much money. We're not ready to stop yet. Certainly not. That's all it takes, and the market rebounds.
Stuart Varney, IRS offices are going to face a furlough day this Friday, part of the sequester cuts, of course. Are we better off for that?
Oh, I am absolutely ecstatic and delighted that these people should be given a furlough. After what we've learned in the past month, stay away for a month if you like. I'd be absolutely delighted to see that.
Well, of course, the individuals, it's not good for the individuals who work there because they're going to have to take a day without pay. However, it does call into question the bigger question about the IRS, especially in light of the scandals. Is this the good political moment for some smart politicians to seize on the idea of revamping our tax system?
Yes, it is. Isn't this a golden opportunity? I think there's agreement on both sides of the aisle that the unbelievable complexity of the tax code is getting in the way of efficient tax collection and economic growth. I mean, I'm sure people agree on that. This is the golden moment to reform that tax code if ever I saw one. And when I say reform, I mean lower corporate and individual tax rates, far fewer deductions. You give me that, you simplify things, I'll give you economic growth.
All right, I want to talk about a Fox News poll that's out. One of the things I drew from it in the story that I saw this morning was that 66% of Americans now believe that the IRS targeting was done to punish political opponents. When you have 66% of American people sort of looking and saying, well, that wasn't right. And there is a distrust of government that builds, and then that folds into this whole NSA scandal, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I'll quote another statistic from the Fox poll. 63% of people have little or no trust in the federal government. Now, that's big-time news because I think that's the direct result of all these scandals and the direct result of basically the failure of the president's all government, all the time policy. I think you're seeing a retreat from that. And because of that new feeling in the American electorate, you may see an impact on the president's agenda going forward, specifically Obamacare. I mean, there's very little support for it.
Yeah.
Who is out there saying gung-ho, yeah, we got to have Obamacare. It's a must. We need this thing. The voices that I'm hearing are saying, hold on a second, maybe we have to delay this thing.
Well, Stuart Varney, always a pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Gentlemen, thank you.
He moves like Jagger, but talks like Thatcher.